So this is the inside of Eastland Mall on the day after it closed to the general public. Built 54 years ago, this mall was a mainstay of Columbus shopping in Columbus, Ohio. Hey, I'm Doral Chenoweth with the Dispatch, and Mark Ferenchek, reporter with the Dispatch, with me. We're in the center court of Eastland Mall, which at one time was the happening place in Columbus, wasn't it, Mark?
It was. So it opened in 1968. It was Columbus's first enclosed mall. Attracted people not just from Columbus, but across central Ohio, because this was one of the few malls where people could shop inside like this, and it had national retailers that you couldn't find in other places. There was Northland Mall, which was an open-air mall when it first opened in 1964, and then Westland Mall opened in 1969, but that's only 3 malls. So if you lived in Circleville or Lancaster or Newark, you would come here often to shop, let alone people here in Columbus.
Yeah, I lived in Hideaway Hills, and I remember my father and family driving up here and looking at this mall from Hamilton Road when it was under construction. And I realized, oh my gosh, that place is huge, which in the day it was. I mean, that must have been 1967. What year they opened this?
1968, and this was kind of
67.
the outskirts of town at the
Yeah.
time. So then obviously everything has been built up around it. The city is talking to the owners about redevelopment plans. Obviously, this is still privately owned. The owner says that they're going to demolish the mall. We will see if that happens. I know the city wants them to come up with a plan to show how they're going to redevelop it, because they don't want this demolished and then having no plan. But as one of the store owners here just told me, look at Westland Mall. That's been vacant for a while.
Yeah.
And that still stands, and nothing's happening over there right now.
What killed this mall?
Well, I think it's a lot of different things. I mean, what killed a lot of traffic certainly was when they opened up Polaris and Easton, so people started to shop up there instead of here. And it's just age, it's an older mall, so it's a lot of different factors. There were a number of, again, all the anchor stores here closed. The former Lazarus and Macy's closed, Sears, Penny's. There were a number of locally owned stores here, though. So people have been trying to find other spaces to rent out for their businesses, but I would think a lot of businesses aren't going to be able to do that.
And then the water you hear was probably once a huge water fountain in center court, but now it's just a bucket collecting water from a water line break. And this is the end of Eastland Mall. Due to this water line break and several others in the building during the recent cold weather, the mall is just giving it up, shutting down.